In this video, I want to compare these three and let you know which one you should pick up. What's going on, guys? My name is Dan Davis and welcome back to, should be called DroneTube.TV by now, but it is DansTube.TV, and I've got another drone comparison between three mini drones. There are a lot of different mini drone offerings on the market right now, and it's so overwhelming for people out there. So I thought, let's do another comparison here between three unique mini drone offerings here. We've got the Mini SE, we've got the Mini 2 SE, which just came out, and we've also got the Mini 3, which also just came out as well. So which one of these mini drones is right for you? So as you can see straight away, they are very similar in terms of size. Now, the Mini 2 SE and the Mini SE have identical bodies on them. They're honestly identical in every single way. Every little detail that I can see is identical. The same weight and the same, build overall, the same flap on the back for the battery. Everything is pretty much down to a T, but there are a few unique differences here between these two drones. There's a price difference firstly, and then there's some features that are different between these two drones here. So that's one part of this video where I really want to show you guys the difference between those two drones. But then we've also got the latest, more expensive mini drone from DJI, which is the Mini 3. It's not the Mini 3 Pro, so you don't get the obstacle avoidance, but it is still a mini drone with some really cool features. So firstly, we've got the Mini SE here, and this is a drone that's been such a reliable, consistently exciting drone on my channel. I've posted so much content on this drone already. We've also got some cool features that are available through the open SDK that DJI released. So Dronelink, Maven, we've also got like Litchi as well, and a few other third-party applications can basically unlock even more powerful features for the Mini SE. Now, at the time of me doing this video, the other two drones do not have anything like that at all. So the Mini SE actually has a leg up here because it does have some cool, unique features that you can get through third-party applications. So there are waypoints and there are following modes that you can unlock. I do have some content on the channel to check out for the Mini SE. So definitely go and check those out because it really is a little bit of a game changer when we compare it to the other two drones. If you are looking for those following modes, if you are looking for waypoints, the Mini SE can definitely help you out with that. And it is also the cheapest drone offering. It's 619 Australian dollars for the Fly More combo. Really good piece of kit with the 3 batteries, the controller, the accessories, the bag, everything else. So it's kind of like a little case, which is pretty cool. I actually have no idea whether this drone is still going to be in production because limited stock at the moment. Keep that in mind by the time you consume this video. Maybe this drone will be discontinued, I have no idea. But if you can get your hands on the Mini SE and you've never owned a drone before, it could be a good starting point. But before you pull the trigger, let's check out the other two as well. So the Mini 2 SE, which is exclusively available in select countries, Australia is one of those countries. And if you want to get yourself the Fly More combo for the Mini 2 SE, it's 799 Australian dollars. Pretty good deal for what you're getting here. Like I said, the same body on the unit, the same camera system. There are definitely a few little differences here, and some of them might be big calling cards for you, but it is more expensive. You don't have those third-party offerings, so no waypoints, no following modes, and it doesn't look like this drone's going to be a priority to get those anytime soon. So just keep that one in mind. And as we go on this video, you'll kind of find out some of the differences, the little nuances that make these three drones different. But definitely keep this one in mind because it is that midpoint. It is brand new. It's going to have a bunch more support added, and it is something definitely to consider. And now the Mini 3, which is the latest Mini 3 drone. There's obviously the Mini 3 Pro, and now we've got the Mini 3. If you want the Fly More Combo Plus, 1,188 Australian dollars. That gets you the additional battery life with those plus batteries. This drone is a redesigned drone altogether. As you can see, it looks nothing like the other drones. It is redesigned altogether. I would say that this guy has a better build quality overall. Like, you can just feel the quality of the arms, the battery system, the camera itself is just like so nice, and it gives you some new features that you're not getting on the other two drones. So even though it is the more expensive offering here, it does allow you to connect it with the DJI RC, which is that really cool controller with the touchscreen. It's also got, like I said, a really unique camera on it, and the fact that you can also go vertical with the camera as well to capture vertical videos, that is one of the biggest calling cards here as well. So if you are interested in any of these drones, I will have links below. I'm going to have some exclusive combos for both the Mini 2 SE and the Mini 3 over on the D1 Store's website. So if you are in the market for one of these drones, definitely check those out, as well as the Mini SE. If you can get your hands on one, reach out to the D1 store. They might be able to help you out with that. But if you want any other combo or combination of drone and camera or SD card, whatever it is that you're looking for, reach out to the D1 store, sales@d1store.com.au, mention DansTube, and they will be able to hook you up with the best deal they can. So keep that in mind, because I'm really trying to help out my subscribers with the best possible combo, the best deal that you can get on the market right now. So yeah, that's something to definitely look into. But when we look at these three drones, like I said, different price points, different offerings, and that's really where I want to help you guys make that decision, because it can be so overwhelming. There's so many mini drones right now on the market, and it's just so confusing. Like, you know, which one do I go for? If I've never owned a drone before, do I go for one of these drones? Do I, you know, bite the bullet and get something a little bit more expensive and a little bit more premium? That's where I really want to help you out here. When we look at these two drones straight away, I will say that the camera systems are identical. Now, there are definitely some software limitations here that make the Mini SE a little bit less of an offering than the Mini 2 SE, which is such a common kind of marketing thing. But if we look at both camera systems straight away, they both have 2.7K capable cameras, up to 30 frames per second. They both can capture 12 megapixel stills, but where the Mini 2 SE stands out is that it can actually capture raw images. The Mini SE does not have raw images, but everything else is identical here. Like I said, 12 megapixel, 2.7K up to 30 frames per second. And the other big difference here, the Mini 2 SE has some digital zoom options, where the Mini SE does not have any digital zoom options. And on that note of them having the same camera system, it is literally identical, a 1/2.3-inch CMOS sensor. They're both capable of capturing a max bit rate of 40 megabits per second, and they have an f-stop of 2.8. So again, very similar on all fronts. There are a few differences here where the Mini 2 SE can capture raw images, as well as those zoom options as well. But on paper, they are very similar. Keep in mind that both drones also do not offer HDR video or photo, and they both do not offer slow motion. So that's something that I'll get into with the Mini 3, but both of them do not offer slow motion. They've got no HDR, which can be a little bit of a bummer for a lot of people out there. And in terms of the color profiles, they both offer normal color profiles. They don't have that D-Cine-like or some of the other color profiles that you might be used to. So they are both very basic drone offerings, but as I've said, the Mini 2 SE does have a few little things that might kind of net you in, you know, they might hook you with those few extra features for that extra money. Now the Mini 3 definitely has some cool features here that do stand out over the other two drones. So again, just talking about that camera, it is a better camera system. It has a 1/1.3-inch CMOS sensor, capable of capturing a f-stop of up to 1.7, so it's a fixed f-stop where the other two are 2.8. So you are allowing more light into the sensor. That means that the quality is going to be better. It's also a larger sensor, and you can capture 4K video up to 30 frames per second. So again, on paper, it is the better offer here. It still only captures 12 megapixel stills, just like the other two drones, but because you've got that larger sensor, because you've got the improved f-stop, it is going to be better in all lighting conditions, and overall it's just a nicer camera system. It can also capture raw images just like the Mini 2 SE, but it does have HDR video, which is a standout over the other two drones. So just in terms of its overall video offering here, it is the better offering. Yes, it's a lot more expensive, but you are getting a brand new unique camera system here, and a camera system that can enable vertical shooting. So you can flip it like this, and then you've got some TikTok content, some Instagram Reels, some YouTube Shorts. You can go straight into your social media game and set it on fire. Don't know why I use that expression, very weird one. But anyway, it is pretty cool to be able to kind of do that without having to worry about editing, without having to worry about any post-production. It's just boom, capture some cool vertical videos and then post it online straight away. So that is a big calling card if you want to use this drone for your social media content. So in terms of flight performance, all three drones have a very similar experience. There's no kind of standout experience between the three. Like, they all fly really well. They can all handle the same wind speeds, which is up to 38 kilometers an hour. So they can handle pretty much anything you throw at them. There's nothing like a standout from the three. It's not like the Mini 3 can fly in faster winds. They all can handle 38 kilometer winds and they all handle really well. I would say, and I don't know if it's just because it's the newer drone, but the Mini 3 just seems to handle the wind a little better. Yes, it's got a different design. It's a bit more maybe like ergonomic in that sense, or like the wind flow just seems to work better with this drone because it is a redesigned body. It's got a different feel to it in the sense that like when you're flying it, it does feel slightly different to the other two drones, and that's purely because it is a different build. The arms feel different. You know, everything's been slightly tweaked here, so it does have a different kind of weight distribution to it and a different kind of like wind flow in the sense that the body is completely different here. I wouldn't say that it's a major standout because again, they can all handle any wind speed you put them at, but the Mini 3 here definitely has the best overall build quality. It feels a lot more sturdy. Like I said, all the same wind speed, but the Mini 3 does feel a lot more premium, 100%. So another cool feature which has been confirmed is that the Mini 3 and Mini 3 Pro will receive waypoints and following modes. So similar to what I mentioned before with the Mini SE, the Mini 3 will get those exclusive modes through third-party applications. So that is, again, a big calling card here because this drone firstly has the better camera system, but it doesn't have obstacle avoidance like the Mini 3 Pro. So that means that you don't actually get any following modes, any like active track or anything like that. It is the same offering on paper through the DJI Fly app as the other two. But with this SDK being available in the coming months, however long it takes, who knows when it's going to come out, it will mean that we can actually use the Mini 3 with a following mode, which is going to make it a lot more viable for people and a really good offering if you want to save money and don't want to spend the extra on the Mini 3 Pro. Then this guy is going to have some cool features coming out very soon. Battery life on the Mini SE and Mini 2 SE is very similar here. The Mini 2 SE has 1 more minute, which is interesting because it is the same, literally the same battery system. You can use interchangeable batteries. The Mini 2, the Mini SE, and the Mini 2 SE all have the same system. I've read on the back, they're all the same output, same specs, and I've looked online, they are compatible with each drone. So same offering here, but the Mini 2 SE, which is this one here, 31 minutes of flight time. The Mini SE, 30 minutes of flight time. So they're pretty much the exact same. That 1 minute really isn't a difference because you're not even going to be able to max it out. 31 minutes is literally if the drone is completely out of battery. So maybe 25 minutes for both per battery. Pretty good overall and does the job for a lot of people. But just keep in mind the batteries are interchangeable, so you can find some cheaper ones online 100% if you're looking for Mini SE batteries and the Mini 2 batteries as well. So just keep that in mind. If you do get one of these drones, you can use different batteries from different mini drone models from DJI. Now the Mini 3 is where it really does stand out for battery life because it's got a brand new battery system. These are definitely not interchangeable with the other two drones. But if you get this default battery here, the one that actually says 249 grams on it, that will give you 38 minutes of flight time. So that's already 7 minutes or 8 minutes, depending on which one we're talking about, of extra flight time over the other two drones. But if you want to get the Plus batteries, which is the one I mentioned at the beginning, that will take the drone over 250 grams, but it will give you 51 minutes of flight time. So if flight time, if battery life is really big for you, then the Mini 3 is like the best drone offering right now, especially with that Plus battery. Like, it's the best DJI offering in terms of flight time. 51 minutes is wild. Like, you'll be blown away with how much you can get done with one battery. So definitely keep that in mind if that's something that's important to you. But again, as you're watching this video, just remind yourself of like, what are my needs? You know, why am I getting a drone? Is it an upgrade from another drone I'm getting? Is it my first drone? You know, do I not know anything and I'm just kind of aimlessly going, oh, I'm just going to buy a drone, I don't know which one to go? Like, this is where you really need to ask yourself those questions. You know, do you care about flight time? Do you care about range, which I'll get into very soon, the distance that you can get from the drone? Do you care about the camera? Do you care about the features or obstacle avoidance? That's the kind of stuff you need to ask yourself, and hopefully this video will clear up whether one of these drones is right for you. The Mini SE is using this controller here, so it is definitely using more outdated technology in the sense that it's actually using advanced Wi-Fi. So the range that you can get from it is apparently 4 kilometers. It's using advanced Wi-Fi and you're getting 720p up to 30 frames per second of a direct live video feed to your phone. I've never had issues with range on this drone. I make sure I fly the drone in line of sight and keep it relatively close by. Never really had it drop out or any major issues like that. Occasionally, like if I'm in a dense area or a suburb with lots of Wi-Fi signals, occasionally the feed will kind of drop out a little bit, but I've never completely lost the video feed. So just keep that in mind. If you are in an area with a lot of signals, then the advanced Wi-Fi just may not cut the mustard for you. The Mini 2 SE and the Mini 3 have the same option here when it comes to range and the live video feed you're getting to it. They both can use this controller here, but if you do want that DJI RC, which is the budget-friendly smart controller, you can connect that up with your Mini 3. So just keep that in mind. That's something that won't work with the Mini 2 SE from what I can see, but the Mini 3 can use the 2 controllers regardless. But both drones are using OcuSync 2. They're getting the live video feed of 720p up to 30 frames per second, which is actually the same as the Mini SE. But in terms of the range, you are getting significantly more range here, especially because it's using OcuSync 2. So it's a lot more reliable than that Wi-Fi, the advanced Wi-Fi you're getting with the Mini SE. So 10 kilometers of range on both the Mini 3 and the Mini 2 SE. So that's kind of everything you need to know about these drones. Like, they are pretty unique in their own right. There are definitely some similarities here, but the standout honestly is the Mini 3. Out of these 3 drones, this guy is the standout. The flight time you're getting out of it is phenomenal. The build quality, I really will say, is a lot better than the other 2 drones. The improved camera is like a big calling card here. You're getting 4K, obviously. You have the option to get that smart controller if you want the DJI RC. You're also going to be able to get some really cool features in the near future that will allow waypoints and a following mode. So honestly, like, if you're looking at it, yes, it is more expensive here, but this is the one to get out of the other 2 if you want to take drones a little bit more seriously. But with that being said, I would say that the Mini SE, even though it could be discontinued in the near future, I would say that this one is worth it over this one for a lot of people. Now, with that being said, it's not for everyone, because a lot of people have commented on my videos and told me that they don't get the best range from the advanced Wi-Fi. Now, my experiences in Brisbane, Australia, I never have any issues with interference, but if you are concerned about interference and you think, oh, I can spend a little bit more money on the drone, then the Mini 2 SE gives you that more reliable OcuSync 2. It gives you the improved controller. It gives you raw photos as well. So I would say that the Mini 2 SE is basically like the second version of the Mini SE, but the fact that you're getting those third-party apps with the Mini SE and you're not gonna probably get it anytime soon for the Mini 2 SE, again, is another reason why maybe you would want to save a bit more money and just go with something like the Mini SE. I think that's almost like the ultimate beginner starting point, and that was my go-to beginner drone for a lot of people, but it's hard to say because the Mini 2 SE isn't available in every country. So I'd say for the majority of people, the Mini SE is maybe all you've got available to you. But if you do have the Mini 2 SE available, like if you are in Australia, definitely check out those exclusive deals I've told you about through the D1 store. But maybe this is the one to get for a lot of people if it is available in your country, because yes, you are getting the better range. Yes, you are getting the raw photo capability, and you are getting a drone that is not going to get discontinued anytime soon, where it's likely that the Mini SE will, because stock is running very low, and you just don't know, you just don't know if this is going to be discontinued anytime soon, which I wouldn't really imagine would be a problem, because again, the same body, I'd imagine the parts would be interchangeable. I'd imagine you could still get a repair on the Mini SE if you really wanted to, if it was broken or something went wrong with it. So I'm kind of in 2 minds here. I think the Mini 3 is the one out of these 3 drones to get. Like, if you have that extra money and you don't want to go any further than that, like maybe the obstacle avoidance isn't something you care about, maybe the other features that you get on the Mini 3 Pro and the other drones you just don't care about, you maybe want a smaller drone like the Mini 3, then the Mini 3 is a phenomenal drone, and it is the one that stands out here out of these 3 drone offerings. But I think this is where I'm kind of torn. Like, I've got 2 minds here. I think it really just depends on what's available to you. And again, ask yourself, what will I be using the drone for? What do I care about from a drone? And that's where you'll be able to figure out what drone's right for you out of these 2, because they're both great beginner drones. If you've never owned a drone before, or maybe you've owned like a cheap toy one in the past, this is a good starting point for something that's going to be reliable. Both drones fly really well. Both drones, I've never had issues with the range in my experience, but like I said, some people have complained about the Mini SE range. My experiences have been fine with that. Video quality has been fine for both of them for me, and I think they're just both really stable, reliable, mini budget, beginner-friendly drones. So yeah, hopefully that's helped with a few people out there that might be considering one of these 3 drones. Really is personal preference, obviously, and it depends on what your needs are with the drone. But that's the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate all the amazing support, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.